People think stroke and they hear pediatric stroke and immediately they just, you've never heard of it before. It crushes your soul to know that a kid could have that. The first thing you do is, how could I have known? How could I have prevented it? Is there anything could I have seen it coming? She had a headache last week. Was it my fault? Yeah, like there's no way to not go through that.
Justin and Amanda Cox's daughter Kennedy had a pediatric stroke when she was just 3 years old. It was a devastating experience for them, but they quickly found out their daughter Kennedy is a warrior. She worked so hard to recover, and this year she signed with the Boise State women's soccer team as their newest and youngest player, thanks to Team Impact. Here's Kennedy's inspiring story in our 7's Hero.
So it was Christmas Day 2021. She was almost 4.
4 years ago, Christmas took a sudden turn for the Cox family. Their 3-year-old daughter had a stroke.
That was it. There was no warning, no notice, just all of a sudden our little girl fell to the floor. It was
completely healthy until then.
Kennedy was rushed to the hospital.
We were out in Kuna, and so the fire department came, the ambulance came. We were in the PICU for 5 days here.
And they got us medically stable and then found us a spot in the inpatient rehab center in Salt Lake. So we went down there for 5 weeks.
While Kennedy was in Utah, she had to relearn so much. And this tiny girl, she was up for that challenge.
She's the hardest worker I know.
She's the toughest person in any room she walks into. That's just a truth. And it showed from her first days in therapy. She was an inspiration to grown-ups and teenagers that were doing therapy next to her and cheering them on from across the room. She's got a spirit that, yeah, she's just tough.
When we left Salt Lake, they didn't think she'd ever walk again. We were in a wheelchair, came home in a wheelchair.
But Kennedy proved her doctors wrong.
The archer's the code.
She's now 7 and she's walking and running again. She's even playing soccer. Her parents heard about an organization called Team Impact, where kids with health struggles are invited to be a part of college sports teams.
We submitted an application, we went through an extensive interview process, and the Boise State women's soccer team has been waiting 3 years for a kid. They've been waiting.
Kennedy was asked to join the team.
I was like, are you kidding, Mom? I thought she was literally kidding.
Everybody's just been so welcoming and loving. It's been amazing.
The first thing that was exciting was right when I walked into that room.
In July, we had an official signing day.
I don't know how to explain it, but it just meant a lot that I was going to be part of my parents. They each went to Boise State, so I got to be on the team of the college that I hope to go to because it's my parents' college.
We went out on the blue turf. They had a whole ceremony for her.
Kennedy loves going to all the games.
We had the first home opener. She gets to go out and practice on the field with them before the game.
Joining our impact player, Kennedy.
And she runs out of the tunnel with one of the starting players.
Every time I run out in that field, it's just a spark of joy for me to run out, and there's this big tube of some of the girls, and I get to give high fives, and it's just so awesome.
And then the second game of the season was dedicated to her and stroke awareness.
Her mom and dad want to spread the word that acting fast is key when someone you love has a stroke.
It can happen to anybody at any time. There's no age limit on stroke, and there's no way to prevent it. We will never have a why.
This little girl is inspiring everyone at those games.
She doesn't quit. She never will.
There's just no give up.
Kennedy's enjoying every minute of this epic soccer season with the players.
Really nice. I like him.
We love those girls too already. It's amazing. I don't have words for them.
Kennedy Cox.
Kick it fast, kick it slow, Broncos, here we go! 1, 2, 3, Broncos!
7's Hero.
How awesome is
Isn't that so cute? Oh my goodness.
Wow.
And the Boise State women's soccer team has been so loving, so welcoming to Kennedy.
You saw it there. That's
and her
amazing.
Family. Did you know, though, stroke is the second leading cause of death, but most adults in the U.S. don't even know the warning signs. So for more information on knowing the symptoms of stroke, go to this story right now on ktvb.com.
And go Broncos. Coming up.